That post-nut clarity is hitting Twitch harder than it hit me after I watched that video of Randy Orton with the midget with the jelly beans, because they have now banned all implied nudity on their platform. I guess after the Twitch moderation board finished their little jerk circle, watching all the streamers with the tiny black bars covering their nude bodies, they decided, hey, you know what? This probably isn't a good thing to have on our platform, considering the age to get on our platform is 13 and above. And, you know, we're just not a softcore porn site, so it's probably best if we get rid of this. That post-nut clarity be working wonders sometimes. But they talked about all this in a post titled An Update to Our Attire Policy, and they actually put it out this morning, like 2 hours ago as of me recording this. They said, we are updating our attire portion of our community guidelines to prohibit implied nudity while streaming on Twitch. And this update is a direct response to a recent meta on Twitch in which streamers use black bars, censor bars, or other items to block their bodies or clothing. And just in case you haven't seen this meta, which you probably have if you're watching this video, Amaranth did it with the physical black bars. This lady did it with the digital black bars, and Tectone even hopped in. It wasn't just like the women of Twitch doing this. A lot of dudes did it, and Boogie also participated, but he ended up just taking his pants off and pulling his cock out on stream. And that visual tragedy was all a result of this black bar meta. But they go beyond just censor bars and say that if the camera is in a position to frame such that the viewer is led to believe that the streamer is fully or partially nude, they'll also be breaking the guidelines. So they finally figured out that their sexual themes label just wasn't going to work regardless, because people were just going to keep pushing the boundaries of what's allowed on Twitch and what's not when it comes to implied nudity and artistic nudity. That's why people drew cocks and balls with the artistic nudity change, and that's why people started doing the black bar thing whenever you took that out, but didn't take out implied nudity. It's like a rebellious toddler just trying to see what they can get away with, see how far they can push it until the authoritative figure draws a line in the sand and finally puts their foot down. But their new attire policy, they say that the new language is in bold, says we don't permit streamers to be fully or partially nude, including exposing genitals or buttocks. That was already there. Nor do we permit streamers to imply or suggest that they are fully or partially nude, including but not limited to covering breast or genitals with objects or censor bars. We do not permit the visible outline of genitals, even when covered. Broadcasting nude or partially nude minors is always prohibited regardless of context. For those who present as women, we ask that you cover your nipples and do not expose underbust. Cleavage is unrestricted as long as these coverage requirements are met and it is clear that the streamer is wearing clothes. For all streamers, you must cover the area extending from your hips to the bottom of your pelvis and buttocks, so those booty cheeks can't be flapping in the wind majestically. And if you go to their community guidelines also, you can see that under adult nudity, just everything is pretty much back to square one how it was before on Twitch. Users are prohibited from broadcasting or uploading content that contains depictions of real or fictional nudity. That was because of the artistic nudity update, regardless of the medium used to create it. Incomplete censoring such as pixelization, mosaics, blurring effects, sheer or partially see-through clothing do not constitute an exemption to this policy. For example, you may not show or promote exposed anuses or fully clothed and exposed buttocks. So no goatsy, that's a shame. I was actually crossing my fingers that the next trend past the black bar meta would just be people goatseeing themselves on stream. Any amount of exposed genitals, like what Boogie did, people say that it wasn't his balls on stream, but that, in my humble opinion, as a ball connoisseur, I think that was definitely his testicles. So yeah, after that terrible little arc in Twitch's little anime story, they finally are back to where they were before it all started, before they ever tried to add in artistic nudity and then take out artistic nudity and then still allow implied nudity, but then take out implied nudity. We're back to where Twitch was before. So all of this was literally for nothing. All it did was make Twitch look even more incompetent than a baby trying to run a law firm. It just shows that they don't even know what they want for their own platform and makes them just super untrustworthy. So this is pretty much like 9/11 for those coomers out there. It's going to be a sad day. They're probably going to go into a deep depression, cry their eyes out for the next couple of weeks because God forbid they go to Pornhub to get their rocks off. Twitch was the only thing that got them going. But other than that, I'll I'll catch you in the next one.